Going on, guys? Episode 359. Today is Saturday, October 12th, 5:31 p.m. Saturday. So yesterday was an overwhelming day as far as this show goes because I didn't know how best to organize everything, how best to keep track of the times, what to record, what not to record. And that was kind of an eye-opener for me of like, hey, if I'm going to really record everything that happens from here on out, it has to be so simple for me to just record and upload and not have to worry about much else. So I think, I don't even know if I talked about this yesterday, but I think the idea now, what I'm going to do, have a copy and paste description that's just a quick explanation of the show, but then have the link to a document that you can view that has the description of every show and it has what each show is about. Now, what that does for me is it allows me to just upload the video, upload the podcast, get that out of the way, separate from writing about it and putting it on a Word doc. So if it's on a Word doc, it's one place. I don't have to worry about writing it and then copy and pasting that description of the show, making sure all the tags are there and all that stuff. I don't have to do that each show. That cuts down, we're talking maybe a minute per day. But those minutes, they're tedious, and it takes a lot of mental energy to do the small little things like that every single day. And so if I can mitigate all of that and make it much more easy for me to adhere to, especially if I'm going to be recording a lot more things, then that's what I'm going to do. Because if you listen to yesterday's show, let's see how many people have, then you'll know it was a long one. But if you read the description, you'll know to only listen to certain parts of the show because over half of it is not me talking whatsoever. But I want to document everything, so it's kind of difficult because I want to document everything and I want to record every second of everything that happens, but a lot of it won't be, I guess, entertaining or helpful or whatever. So I'm trying to keep track of the times that I talk and, like you heard yesterday, put them into the show so you can know what to skip, all that stuff. So that led me to the idea of, because I have a Word doc right now, that's where I write everything. So it wouldn't be any extra work. It'd be less work for me to do the same thing. Each episode wouldn't have the tag though, which I don't know. There's so many different ways I could go. Spotify and podcasting might not even be a thing in 20 years. So this all could be for nothing, but I just want it to be organized and I want people to be able to look at which shows, because that's the whole reason for the tags. If you see a blue tag, you know that it's me, my thoughts. If you see a red tag, you know it's about business. If you see an orange tag, you know that it's about something live, happening live. Stuff like that. If you see a diamond, it's like, ooh, that's probably a show that I need to listen to. Because if you look in the description right now, the notable episodes with a diamond, those episodes are the ones that I deem valuable enough to be written down. So if you listen to no other shows, you would listen to these ones. So that's the whole idea with that. But I don't know. It's a lot going on all at once. I'm trying to stay organized. I'm trying to keep my focus on the things that matter most. And I'm really just trying not to get in my head and overthink things. I'm just trying to trust the process here because I just joined this mastermind, right? And I don't want to get off on the wrong foot. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I really am baby stepping it. There's 24 modules and there's 24 modules. I'm still technically on module 2 because my goal right now is not to speed through it, binge watch, try to watch everything and implement everything right now. I'm trying to implement everything right now. I'm not trying to watch everything and I guess have it get through it as soon as I can to be like, yeah, I finished a course. Now I can, because that's just a recipe for disaster. What I need to do is watch one video and then immediately implement what I learn. Just boom, and then practice, and then more practice, and then move on to the next. And there's a lot of things on here that are challenging me because they're things that I don't necessarily agree with, things that I don't necessarily think would be beneficial, but right there is probably the That right there is probably the thing that's most, what the fuck am I trying to say? If it's challenging me and I feel like I'm against it or I'm anti that or whatever, probably need to lean into it and double down on that so that I can get over that hump or the limiting beliefs or whatever, so I can keep on growing and developing. So I'm in it. I'm in it for the long haul, you know? So here I am. I'm participating and engaging in everything that the group has. I attended 3 calls yesterday. I spent 4 hours on Zoom yesterday learning from my mentors now. So that's awesome. So I had a 3rd call yesterday. That one wasn't recorded because I was just, I didn't know how to implement it into the show that was released. If you're listening to this today, I guess, or tomorrow, whatever, on October 12th, if you're listening to it, what am I saying, dude? If you listen to the other show, you know that it was super long and there was a lot going on. And there's one more call, and if I would have put that on there, that was 90 minutes. So imagine a podcast that's 4 hours, but it's only of me talking for 30 minutes. So I don't know. I don't know what to do, but damn, dude, that was a good ass call. It was a mindset call with Cole and Brian. So Cole and Brian are the people who own the entire group and run the whole show. So it was cool because these 2 people combined generate millions of dollars per month. And here I am talking face to face with them. Just so cool. Just the access that you have to the minds of these people. And here's some takeaways. So I'll share this and then I'm going to go because I've got some Halloween plans tonight and I'm going to hurry and record this and get ready. So actually, hold on. I'm going to check something real quick, make sure I still got time. Okay, we're good. So these are the takeaways from the mindset call. So number 1, self-sabotage. It's easier to say we failed because we didn't try rather than we failed because we didn't give it our very best. So we avoid it. So we self-sabotage. Number 2, there's 19 of these, by the way, so if you don't want to listen to it, then skip the show or just don't listen. Sorry. In every bad situation, the one and only common denominator is us. Our attitude, perspective, and mindset are controllables, just radical responsibility. Number 3, self-sabotage is a result of lack of belief or lack of work. Number 4, we don't get to choose the reason why we are inferior. And I think that goes back to the last one. But number 5, procrastination comes from lack of investment. Put your money where your mouth is. No skin in the game equals no need to take action. You have nothing to lose. There's low stakes. You must have a burning desire to win. Number 6, going all in with money isn't enough. It must be followed with action every time. Number 7, thinking you have all the time in the world will be your biggest downfall. Tomorrow is an illusion. If you gave someone $1 million, if someone gave you $100 million, but you couldn't wake up tomorrow, would you take it? And the answer is probably no. That's the value that you put on tomorrow. So treat it that way. Show up for you. Your inner child deserves you to show up for them. That was number 8. Number 9, you can start from nothing today and be a millionaire in 5 years. Brian, Cole, Janelle, Trent, Don, and they started listing off a lot of people who did that exact thing. We're always afraid of that which we do not understand. We do not know what X looks like. It's unknown. Number 11, entrepreneurs solve problems. Figure it out. Number 12, by facing failure and overcoming, you build resilience. Welcome failure. Bring it on. Number 13, stop playing what if negatively. Play it positively. And this is some examples there. Because this shit's powerful, man. Because people are like, oh, what if it doesn't work? What if I lose my money? What if so-and-so leaves? What if I lose my job? What if blah, blah, blah? But play it the positive way. What if I make $25,000 this month? What if I get to buy my mom her dream car? What if I become an industry leader? Number 14, perfection is bullshit. Progression is greater than perfection. Number 15, if you do not do the work, you will not get to where you want to be. Number 16, when you decide to face the shit, when you decide to conquer, everything in life gets easier. Number 17, if you don't master self, you will be mastered by self. Number 18, it's healthy to have a little bit of fear. It means you're alive. Fear is an emotion just as sadness and happiness. Emotions aren't good or bad. They just are. It's kind of partly from Alex Hormozy. There's not good weather or bad weather. It's just weather. and it's your perception, your perspective, your likes, your dislikes that make it good or bad. But at the end of the day, it's just weather. We get to decide how we feel about it. So it just is. So it's perspective. Number 19, the business, and I love this one. The business never outgrows the psychology of the leader. Number 20, and it's the last one. When you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So that's what I wrote. They didn't tell me anything to write down. I guess for takeaways and taking notes. This is what I wrote. So I'm super engaged. I'm writing notes as I go, and I'm really trying to learn because I'm face to face with these people who have been there, done that over and over and over, who have trained thousands of people to do the same exact thing. I'm a smart motherfucker. I know how to do shit. I have a lot of advantages because I don't have to pay for this and this and this and this and this because I have the skills already to do that. Now, there will come a time where I have to pay for services because I don't have the time to do it. But for example, a lot of people don't really know their way around Photoshop and editing and video. And I'm not saying I'm a master, but I know how to do all that shit. And I know how to use the, quote, nicer softwares. I don't have to pay for them. Well, I guess I do pay for them technically. So I know how to do that. I guess I'm building confidence with the camera, so that's not a thing for me anymore. I can just talk and it's cool. I mean, I have a podcast, so I'm pretty cool with just sharing my thoughts now. There's not as big of the insecurity of anyway, what I'm trying to say with all this is I've got a lot going for me and I need to embrace it. I saw a thing the other day and it said to stop dimming your light to make other people feel comfortable or whatever. And that's something I've always done. And I never realized it until I started thinking about it. Because I'll reserve myself from saying certain words or motioning a certain way or doing certain things in front of other people because I know that it might seem to others that I'm trying to act this way or be that way or try to whatever. But the truth is that's just me. And if it's not received well, or if people think I'm doing X, Y, or Z, that's not my fault. That's all on them. So if I'm talking with somebody, rather than shying away from saying certain words or shying away from pausing in a certain way or saying that, or kind of beating my chest a little bit and saying, I've actually been there, done that. Here's what I learned, blah, blah, blah. Rather than doing all that, I kind of, I'm submissive to the idea I don't let my light shine, man. And again, I didn't realize I was doing that. So fuck it. I'm just going to be me 1000%. And if people don't like it, if it makes them uncomfortable, it makes them feel like I'm trying to be this or that. I'm just being me, like what the fuck was that? When we were in the call yesterday, I was talking so much in the chat. I mean, it's not like an open forum. Everybody gets to talk because, they had two, Brian and Cole leading the whole thing. And then we have a couple people asking questions, but in the chat, they were like, put this in the chat, blah, blah, blah. And I put that in the chat. And I would try my best to, if somebody else said something, I'd try to reply to it. And that's not me trying to be a certain way. I would do that normally, but I've always reserved myself from doing that because I'm like, oh, what if they think it's annoying because I'm always saying so? Who gives a fuck, bro? If there's a true problem with these things, the people who actually give a fuck and want me to XYZ will tell me. Otherwise, people just gossip and talk shit behind your back. That's not productive to you. And it shouldn't bother you anyway. And I'm learning that. So, what the fuck is this? So in the call, they put some guy on the hot seat, which is really cool to see because that guy got more out of it than anybody else. And everyone was kind of silent when this happened. And in the chat, I was like, dude, me too. Oh yeah, I also do that. Dude, I'm guilty of that as well. Holy shit. And I was like, dude, you learn more about this than anybody. And I'm putting this shit in the chat. And it sounds dumb. But for me, in the past, I probably would have just not said anything for fear of people thinking that I'm talking too much or sending too much chat, or what if they tell me to stop talking? Dude, this is me, I mean, the guy, this is another thing. The guy that got put in the hot seat on the live call in front of 60 people, I found him on social media, reached out and I said, hey dude, I'm watching the live right now. You're in here. You got the hot seat. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm seeing this live. I think it's fucking awesome. And you're definitely getting more out of this than anybody else. I'm stoked to be a part of this program with you. So let's fucking transform. So I sent him that message, and I'm I'm gonna put him on the podcast here. This is what he said. It's funny because he said, listen. So what I said was, hey brother, saw you on the live. Good stuff, putting yourself in the limelight. That's brutal, but that's a shit ton of growth right there. Wanted to reach out and say I noticed. Let's transform. And yeah, rather than me thinking, oh, he's gonna think I'm a weirdo just stalking him, and he's gonna think blah blah blah. Nah, dude, that's what I like to do. I like to reach out and try to help people feel this way or that way or whatever. So this is what he said. So he says,
I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you for reaching out and connecting. I definitely appreciate it, and I don't want to let that momentum go to waste. You know what I mean? Like,
actually, for some context, it looks like he was in his room. He's got his glasses on, got a tank top on. In this particular live, in this video, it didn't seem as though he was the most confident, or didn't seem like he was feeling it, kind of insecure about some things. That's how I took it. I could be wrong. I don't know. But it was funny because he's talking a little quiet, and they were kind of grilling him, and I was like, this poor guy. But then he sends me this, and it made me laugh.
That was insane. Like, I did not expect any of that to happen. I did not expect to be screaming at the top of my lungs in my freaking mom's basement. She's telling me, what are you screaming at? I'm like, I'm freaking prophesizing my life right now. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, when he said, like, are you satisfied with your body? I'm like,
that there's more to it, but that was it. So I'm freaking prophesized. That made me laugh. That's so funny to me. And I'm not making fun of him. That's just fucking awesome. And it's crazy because he didn't seem confident. But then I looked at his Instagram stuff. I'm like, this guy's content fucking is so good. He's killing it. He's got so many reviews. It's so cool. I love that. And just like that, I have a connection. Now I am Now I'm connected with this guy. And this guy is doing what I'm doing, seems to be way ahead. And we're learning together. Just like that, somebody in my back pocket that I could be like, hey bro, I have a question. Can you help me out? Boom, just like that. And already, just so valuable. I don't want to stop saying stupid words. Oh shit, fuck. But yeah, anyway, guys, trying to stay focused on the things that I'm doing here. And yeah, so I love you guys. I will chat with you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to an amusement park all day, so I don't know when the show will be recorded, but it'll be recorded. Don't you worry. Going to be episode 360 tomorrow. That's wild. All right, guys, let's show. Peace out.